welcome to DxTalks, where business leaders and industry experts gather and share the real experience and story about digital transformation. So the program is organized by FPT Digital, which is a digital transformation consulting company under FPT Corporations, a leading corporation of information and communication technology in Vietnam. So I'm Phạm Hồ Trung, consulting manager at FPT Digital and the host of DxTalks. I will be the host of the today episode, and I would like to welcome our three special guests today. First of all, Mr. Ho Lei, he is right now the Chief Products and Ops Excellence at OC Industry. And Mr. Nguyễn Chánh Phương, he is the Vice Chairman and General Secretary of Hoa Vietnam. And Mr. Hoàng Tuấn Phong, FPT Digital Transformation Consulting Director. So welcome and thank you for joining us today in this episode. So in this episode, we will discuss a very interesting topic about lean manufacturing. So this production method that can be applied widely around the world to optimize the processes, to reduce the cost, reduce the waste, and to increase product quality as well. It was developed from Toyota, one of the very big automotive industry in Japan, and it has become a very broad concept in manufacturing world. And many wood manufacturers are also looking into the way to explore this kind of method, and they are also keen on applying this lean manufacturing into their reality. So the first question will goes to Mr. Phương. So we have seen people talking much about lean manufacturing, but actually in reality it is very difficult to apply that method to the manufacturing system. So you have been in many leading positions of the wood company as well. And what do you think about the maturity of the Vietnamese business when we talk about lean manufacturing?
I think all of the manufacturer in general and also in the furniture industry, they love to be lean. But to apply lean or to get some result from lean is, I think, not so much manufacturer have been success. I think for Vietnam furniture industry, it's become from the handicraft background. It means we utilize a lot of workmanship, based on the workmanship. And then when we move to the industry, in the mass production, they come from very simple process. For example, you heard about the outdoor furniture. We start with outdoor furniture. Outdoor furniture is mean you make the furniture combined by very simple component. And then we move to the indoor furniture. And also in the indoor furniture, we are utilize a lot of labor than the machine. And the Vietnam furniture industry, they apply some of the foundation of the lean, beginning with 5S and then Kaizen, but not so much people reach to the level of lean. So why is that? I can give some example. When we start a small factory, so the owner of the factory can very easy to understand the product he make, can control all of the process he make in a small scale. But when the factory going up, it means he need to rent people who help him to design, people who help him to procurement, people who help him to take care of the factory, and then things become complicated. And sometimes he cannot imagine the final product look like, and sometimes he cannot control every single process, because at this level you need to monitor all of the level. You need to got the skill in all of the process. So normally when you going up, the people who good in the design, not good in the procurement, not good in the production, and then the complicate become happen, and it create a lot of waste, and it cannot settle the problem, cannot solve the problem. So the weight has become a loss of waste in the process, a loss of weight in the material, a loss of waste in the time. And then things become very complicated. And the furniture is not like the car. Normally you produce the car, never you produce like 1,000 car or 100 car. People, they produce in the mass production. So they know exactly every single detail. Make it. That's why you see not so many car brands in the world. But furniture, it's got 100,000 factory. It's got 1 million piece of furniture, and the demand of the market, they require the furniture. Every piece of furniture is different. And then you cannot, difficult to standardize the components, standardize the process. And for the lean manufacturers, just some of the very big company like IKEA or some people, they are can control from the market to design to the manufacturer to procurement, even to the forestry, and they can get the success. But very little people succeed in this field.
Good. So we see, based on the history of the Vietnamese wood manufacturers, there are many aspects that impacting the mindset and the way they are doing business. And what do you think about the business right now? What are they doing to fill the gap between the past and to the future state that they are trying to go to?
The business, the nature is the competition. If you put your business under the competition, you need to find a solution to meet. You need to reduce the waste. You need to make the product faster to the market, and then you need to find a way. For example, the way is the people talking about the 5S, people talking about the Kaizen, people investment in the machinery for automation, people investment in the design software. And then until last few years, they come with the term digital transformation. So digital transformation come, it's like at the beginning, it's like a tool to support the company can reality their lean manufacture. So they can imagine the product before they make it with some certain software, 3D software. They can calculate the material, the price by that software. So it means you know think before you do. And then the software can help you to make planning, like ERP. You can plan. And then the design and the ERP and the machine is integrate. So it reduce all of the human error. One of the thing in the manufacturer is you don't know the capacity of your worker, but you know the capacity of the machine. By some kind of machine, they got the system to measure themselves. But sometimes you integrate some tool, and then you can plan in. If you planning without knowing the capacity, cannot do planning, right? And no planning is no lean manufacture. And then all of the feature of the digital transformation that come in, for the result is the lean, and lean for competition. If you under the competition, you need to find some way to survive and to grow.
So basically, we can think that businesses, they have many choices to reach their target, right? To be lean, right? With the development of technology right now, like you said, we have 3D printing technology, we have ERP to help all the business to plan properly. So I just want to go to Mr. Phong as well. So this is the part where we connect the business story with digital transformation. So you have been working on many projects for the customer in many industries. So in Vietnam, mostly for the manufacturer as well. So what do you think, and what is your opinion about how technology development is now keeping up with the business strategy of our enterprises? And can you also provide more about the technology landscape that helps the enterprises to deal with the problem they have, to narrow the gap and to fix all the problems they have?
Yeah, as Mr. Phương was sharing about his experience about the manufacturing, especially in furniture and automation. Many years ago, Toyota developed the methodology for lean manufacturing. And at this time, we don't have technology for support this process. But current, we have many technology for support this. We can to talk about the IoT. IoT can to collect the data from the everywhere, every equipment in the real time. When you have enough the data, you can to analyze this and use using the other technology as AI or machine learning for analyze this data and optimize our process for manufacture. Another technology we can talk about the mass manufacturing for acquisition system. Is a big system for integrated many equipment and solution in one, and the management can to see maybe in the dashboard, easy to understand how the process of manufacture in the real time, and the management can see the which the process we can to optimize this, because maybe in the wait time in the people, wait time for machine, wait time for we cannot optimize the material for the warehouse. Therefore, if in the mass system we can to see the warehouse is many material, therefore we need to optimize this. And we can to talk about the near we see the VR or for support the worker to easy to understand how to work in the simulation environment before the worker come to a factory for working, or for we don't wait time for training for worker, and easy. We can talk about the to support all of this. We talk about the software, and we have the hardware, and now the technology develops some the hardware and IoT equipment for many kind of IoT. We can talk about the IoT and SCADA for collect information from everywhere to the center, and at the center the management can to optimize and see the real-time process and optimize process for us.
So thank you for your sharing. So it's very interesting to know that technology is now able to help businesses to deal with the problems they have, right? But actually, the situation in Vietnam is quite different. Right now, we talk much about Industry 4.0, but actually we haven't been in that level, right? So what do you think about applying technology in Vietnam right now? So are they afraid of spending a lot of money in technology without getting the big impacts? And what would be the criteria for the Vietnamese business to choose technology to enhance their operations and their manufacturing to achieve, let's say, operational excellence?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question about the Vietnam environment, because before, when we talk about the new technology, it's so much expensive and using the more equipment for support this. But now have many company we develops equipment and the platform in the maybe in the block. You can the first when the company is small, you can to using the small package to easy to apply or trial for start and have a first experience about the automation equipment. Therefore, I think at Vietnam we can to start from a small to bigger to apply the process, whole process before whole process do automation. we can to try one of the parts in our company. Example, we in digital transformation system, we can to optimize for paperless. Yeah, the first is easy for apply the application for paperless, and after that we can to optimize for process of the manufacturer. You can optimize because you can to collect the information from the small packet IoT equipment for collect the information. Therefore, based on this very easy and real-time information, the leader or the management can to have a very fast decision to the manufacturer.
Good. So that is also a very good aspect to look into. Yeah, based on your experience with many projects with the customer, we see how they actually want to achieve and what kind of technology they are now having in mind and considering applying it in the future, right? So this also continues with Holiday as well. So Holiday come from our industry providing solution and services to many customer. Yeah. So from your point of view, yeah, based on the topic technology we discussed about, so we also want to hear an example. Or let's say a live case story maybe you have implemented for the customer to see what it actually look like within a business when it comes to applying technology to achieve a lean manufacturing state.
So when we talk about lean manufacturing, right, it's more about problem solving, and especially when the business, the enterprise become more complex, bigger, right? The business operation become complex, right? How do we continue to make a really good decision, right? So just like just now we talk about 5S, right? 5S is fundamentally a lean concept, right? Which is to help you recognize there is abnormality straight away, right? It's supposed to have 2 cups on the table, right? If you have 3 cups, something is wrong, right? So it's straightforward and people can take action, make decision straight away. So our industry, what we provide is kind of, with the rising or becoming bigger and bigger, the business become complex. There are so many machines, so many processes in the company, right? How do we continue to make a good decision to solve the business problem? This relies on the data, right? The data is becoming more and more, massive amount of data, right? How do we get reliable data for us, the business owner, the operators of the business, the managers in the business to make a decision that really relies on reliable and real-time data collection. So the data must be very accurate, and the data must be telling you something that you can make a decision fast to improve your business, right? So to give an example, our solution was used in some of the company, for example, some of the food industry, they do a bottling, right? So the bottling plant run at a very fast speed, right? They buy a very expensive machine. The machine tells you, okay, you are supposed to run at a certain speed. Let's say 1 minute, you are supposed to run about 400 bottles per minute, right? So, and you think about it, every minute there is 400 bottles coming out of the line. It's impossible for human to reliably collect the data, right? You cannot imagine a person just standing there counting. It takes a long time, right? And human tends to make mistakes, right? So 1 minute, did I produce 400 or 380 or 420? Or if it's 380, what's wrong with it, right? Why is running slower by 20 bottles, right? So this type of things, data is massive, right? And it's very difficult to collect, right? What we provide is, we connect with your line. Our device, the IoT device, will connect with the production line to read the data at every second 10,000 points. And then we will aggregate the data, put in the cloud, and visualize in a dashboard for our client to use. So without any human dependence, we don't rely on people. We talk about paperless. People no longer need to record the data on a piece of paper and hand over to the supervisor or somebody in the engineering, and somebody have to type in the Excel. And all these humans are involved that tends to have mistakes, tends to have typos. So technology will help to eliminate all that waste. So straight away, the technology, our dashboard, the technology enabled to show you, okay, you are running at the low speed, high speed, whichever time of the day. And why is it low? Because your machine was stop for 20 minutes from 3:30 to 3:50. Or your machine was running slower in 2 o'clock to 2:30, right? So all these will be, it's just like a 5S, but 5S for a data, right? The abnormality stands out straight away, right? You don't need to go and brainstorm to think about this, right? A lot of companies are based on memory. The particular case, the company, when they do problem solving, when they want to improve, they are based on memory because they think about, hey, what's wrong with yesterday? What's wrong with last month? What's wrong with last week? Nobody has a good memory. Myself don't have a very good memory. So the technology will help you to resolve that issue, right? You straight away look at the report, you will see, oh, from 3 o'clock to 3:05, the line was running slower than normal, right? What's the reason? What can we do about it, right? And our technology can also capture the critical data for the process. Oh, because of, you know what, the bottling, the cap line was feeding a little bit slower. That's why your total bottling is slower. Things like this, right? So as a result, actually, based on the amount of data, the historical data, we're able to, the clients are able to actually recognize, oh, a lot of the productivity are lost in between. And also because we collect so much amount of data, right? The software will do machine learning for the clients. So they can even tell you your optimal speed is not 400 per minute. You can do 450 bottles per minute. So it actually opens another potential for the clients. So the clients have a clear goal to drive, and then they have some of the actions that they know exactly what they need to do, right? So all these will help the clients to reduce the waste. Again, it's another fundamental of Lean, reduce the waste of collecting data, analyze the data. All these can be done by technology. Yeah, this is where, you know, our solution is helping different clients to improve their productivity.
Thank you. So what I think very interesting here is the way you preserve and control the data integrity, right? So by providing not only the software to analyze all the data, but actually you can control the quality of the data through your IoT sensor, let's say that, right? I just want to go back right now to Mr. Phương, right? So we heard about what business now looking into it from Mr. Phong, and a very live case story of how our industry is helping the customer to do the data analysis and also the root cause and also make recommendation for the leaders. So what do you think about the potential of such kind of solution when we going back now to the wood industry, right? There are many old machines with the history of investment, and how this gonna fit into the picture of the wood industry?
I think before talking to the potential of the improvement, we need to talking about the challenge. And one of the challenge of the industry is the people. If you don't have the people understand the technology, you don't got the people understand the operation management in the modern way, then you cannot understand the digital, because it's more difficult. So every people say that, okay, digital transformation, all the software, the hardware, everything, the tool is available there in the market. But why it's not come to the factory? Because first of all, they have there, but we don't know, we don't see it. First thing is, and then to choose between a forest of the technology available there, it's not easy. You need some person to diagnostic your, you need a doctor or a consultant to help you to select the right package. And then in the furniture industry, they got, because furniture industry is, can say it's the classical industry. It's like garment and shoe. The furniture is never changed for 100 years. And the technical, maybe for only 5 years, 10 years, they change some new machine. So it's quite slow, and then it's not like attractive the talent, the young people to the industry. Then day by day, the gap in the industry they have. Some very people, the old people very success. Honestly, they don't have technology background. And then the young people, they don't go to the industry. Some of the son of we say that the second generation, they study finance, study something is not related to operation or even not related to furniture or not related to design. So the gap in the people is the most important thing. And then how we recognize that. So first of all, at the association, we try to provide the information for the member, especially the information of the technology available there. And then we try to work with so many partners. We got a support from FPT, from some of the association specialized in the information technology to select right partner, right solution. And then we educate the CIO, educate the business owner, and then they can believe that, okay, if they invest, they got the right result. That is very important. So technology available, but people need to be ready for that application.
Okay, you said right, because digital transformation is not about technology only. It's more about transforming your people, right? So when you got your people ready, business strategy there, and technology is just a way and a tool to help you achieve the business goals, right? Right. So back to Mr. Phong. Due to your project experience, so transforming the mindset of people is also very challenging, right? So how you gonna cope with the situation?
Yeah, as Mr. Phương mentioned, as a view of the FPT Digital, we join to the customer and we work with the customer and understand the pain point of the customer. We are work as a doctor to survey and to detect the pain point of the customer. And after that, after understand about the situation and the customer understand actual situation of the company, and we have working together to find the root cause and looking for the solution and propose a solution competitive with the company. And as Mr. Phương talked, we transform for technology, but we need to have educate for the customer about the improves or the words, the mindset of the customer to understand. We change the technology to improve the process, improve the quality of the product of the customer. Therefore, the challenge of the Vietnam in history with the customer I work in the robotics, in the petrol, and we have the customer have worry about and very difficult to choose the correct or exact technology to apply, because many technology, how we to set the first priority, we select the blockchain, or we can to select the IoT, we select to ERP, or many technology, how to decision which is the first priority for apply the company. And I think the customer, the target of us to join the customer to understand the pain point, and the pain point is the first priority to resolve. Example, the customer talk, we cannot to control our process, and we wait long time to order something, or wait time to control the material in our process. Oh, and we detect that we need to apply to optimize the process for the customer to do this, and we find the technology to apply this. Example, we using the software application to optimize the process to monitor. And how to monitor this? We need to divide to connect the equipment or machine to collect data from many ways to collect data to have a final decision for this. This my mean is we need to find the pain point of the customer and find the solution after the pain point.
The business owner don't understand the technology, but in the other hand, even the supplier, the solution supplier also don't understand the industry, and that is the truth. So when we are in the behalf of the association, I try to work with so many partners, and if I got chance, I try to explain for them about the nature of the industry. The furniture industry, they got so many segments, so many sectors. You know, the people in the export normally go with the mass production, and even mass production, different product category, different way of manufacturing. People working in the project contract, they got different way of pain point or got different pain point. They are focused for the project management. Their product is different with other product. So and the supplier, sometimes you can success in some certain sector, but not for the own thing if you apply the same methodology. So we need to, to support even the technology supplier to understand the business nature, and then you can match, and then you can, it's not waste the efforts of both parties.
Okay, so I think we just talk about the gap between business and technology, right? So it's also a true story right now because not many solution providers can truly understand the nature of the business and vice versa, right? So actually what you have done so far is you try to bring the awareness closer to the business leader because they are starting their business, they know their industry, but they lack the knowledge within technology. So do you have any challenges while trying to help them understand about technology and also to apply the lean manufacturing concept as well?
At the association, we are work like a connector. We connect people. So in the association, we encourage the technology provider and the business meeting, and maybe we try some demo. That is a very sufficient way of understanding each other, and start with small, but you can grow. Or if you fail, no problem, because you invest just a little, maybe apply in a small workshop with some limitation of the efforts only. So try to get as much as the demo. Some we call it some zone project, or some we call it the lab, something like that. Of course, a lot of technology providers, they are successful in Europe or even in US, so they got the experience. But they need to localize, because they need to understand the local people, because the local people, honestly, somehow they are lower education, honestly. We got a worker in the factory only like high school finish. The IT guy just study college only. But Vietnamese, they're very smart, very clever. They learn very fast. So even you understand that's the industry, but from outside, you need to localize. And then we are build up all that case study, and for the people, for the member, even for the service provider. So that is one of the mission and one of the activity of Hawa.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's very difficult mission to complete, right?
But very interesting, because we are born, we are set up to work for that.
Yeah, because the customer is
for
very different
mission.
in lean manufacturing. It's different in the manufacture for furniture, different for robotics. Therefore, when we talk about the lean manufacturing, we talk lean manufacturing for which industry, for furniture or for automotive. Yeah.
We
They're
can
different, yeah.
encourage the member to learn from each other. We share. So for example, you are Japanese factory doing the kitchen cabinet, and I am doing sofa. We can exchange the knowledge. Or we can organize some a factory visit, and then we benchmark. So people also they want to learn from us, and in the other hand we contribute something. So that is the best way of learning. And when we go there, we saw, hey, you are using Azure, right? What is the benefit? And then it's a viral. That is the you can viral and you can press your knowledge through the industry.
So we see a clearly important role of the business community and association like yours, right, in bridging the business together to learn from each other, because to see is also to learn, right? And how about you? Have you faced any challenges while approaching your customer? Yeah, we talk about people, we talk about processes and so on. So what will be your challenges when you try to persuade your customer to go for digital?
Yeah, I think again the biggest challenges that we've been facing, it's the same thing, pretty much what we talk about. Is the business ready? Is the people in the business ready? Are the people in the business ready? Right. So sometimes, right. So when a business really wants to use technology, sometimes it's not really for driving a business priority. It can be a vanity goal. Like I just want to be fancy. I just want the fancy stuff.
It's the follow trend only.
Yeah, I want to chase the hot stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I heard the VR goggle is hot. Okay, let's do that. But VR goggle, it can be useful for certain industry, for certain company. It might not be useful for you.
Yes.
Right? Do you really need that? Do you really want to invest that? We talk about, people are talking about the money, how much money are we going to spend? What is the cost of digital transformation? The reason that they are talking about cost is because they haven't even figured out the benefit. Right? Otherwise, it's not a cost, it's an investment. Yeah, it's investment. You put the money in, you are getting much more out. Right? However, if you put the money in, you get less out, it's a cost. Right? So that's number one, right? Is the business really ready? The company really ready? Have they figured out why am I doing digital transformation? It's not for show. It's not for fancy stuff. It's not because of FOMO. Other company is doing that. I want to do that. It's not for that. Right? So that's number one. It has to always drive for productivity, right? For benefit, for profit of the business. That's the ultimate goal. Right? That's number one. Number two, yes, the people. The organization, right? Is the people ready, right? So our solution, right? So we definitely help the customer, client to collect data, right? However, a lot of a company that the people are not ready, right? So when the data start to come in, they don't know how to use the data. They don't have the fundamental of the link. Although our solution will provide basic analytics, right? Some of the things, where is your OEE, overall equipment effectiveness? Where is the losses, where you can do better? However, this amount of data coming is still rely on people to really go to the shop floor to make a decision, right? Some people are reluctant. They're thinking, okay, it's just my boss or my manager wants to do digital transformation. It's additional work for me. I don't get anything. Right, it's additional work. I'm already so busy. Why you ask me to do this? I don't understand all this. Right, so the mindset of the people has to change. Right, it's to drive for the business. And the other thing is, okay, the right amount of the data is start to coming in. The analytics start to coming in. How am I going to use it? Right, am I ready? Do I really know? Right, what to do? What should I do? Right, this is critical. So again, the business has to be ready. The organization has to be ready. The technology, I would say, is already ready, but of course have to cater for the business, right? There is no one thing apply to all, right? You have to fine tune a little bit for each of the business, right? But the most important thing, the biggest challenge that we've been facing is, from time to time, some customer, one, it's not really for driving their business goal. It's just for show, for fancy. That's number one. Number two is the people are not ready. The people does not have the willingness and has the skill to really harness the data, right? So that's where the fundamental has to start built in, right? We talk about Toyota, which, basically developed the whole link stuff, right? The Toyota, they've been doing that for the past 50, 60 years, right? And they are quite open about it. You can go anywhere, buy books, watch videos about TPS, Toyota Production System. Are our people really working on that, right? Really learning that, really try to do that? That's something that we will have to do that, right? Technology can bring you to a certain level, but after all, people has to grow with the technology. The technology will push us to grow, but what happens if I don't want to grow? So the mindset really have to change.
Yeah, so changing the way of working, changing the mindset would be very critical, to do any transformation, right? We talk about lean, we talk about digital transformation, but they also have the same concept. It's how to transform the people and the way they work, right? So back to Mr. Phương as well. So what do you think about the opportunity? I just want to give our audience somehow the more bright perspective of the futures, because we talked much about the weaknesses and challenges, but now move to the opportunity. What do you think they can do in the futures, and besides the availability of technology? So what will be the other aspect they have in hand?
I come with the market demand first. So after growing so many very rapidly for more than 15 years, so the furniture industry is go to this point. And then the COVID come. The furniture industry got a lot of advantage. People, they order a lot of furniture for their home, and they order too much. So until last year they come down. Okay, and it's not only come down, but the furniture industry is come. I guess it's going to come in a different way. Before, people, they order like 1,000 pieces of sofa, but now very difficult to get that kind of order. People, they order with a small volume, different color, and the time for go to the market it need to be faster. Of course, now we got some advantage because the logistics is become to a normal, but that is the require from the market. And then the furniture factory, they need to adapt that. They need to solve that problem. Small order, and you need to be competitive. You need to saving cost. So you need to apply lean, but in the condition is small stuff, less order, very many we call it a production code. You do sofa, you do many type of sofa in the same time. Sofa with the So, but with that condition, but nowadays they got like e-commerce, you got the ERP, you got the software. So you got also a lot of advantage. So a lot of challenge, but also a lot of advantage. So for moving to the lean is the only way. But you need to add lean and.
Plus.
Yeah, plus. You plus, for example, you need to got your own design, at least to get some advantage of pricing. Because if you got your own design, your pricing is maybe higher than you work for OEM. So you need to plus a lot of feature in the lean to be success. And for example, before you work with like trader, people if you bring to the market, you need to go to the trader to the retailer go to the consumer. Nowadays you can sell on the Amazon, you sell to the retailer, you sell to the architect, even you sell to the project. So your requirement come from many. Of course, it's not like all of the segment can bring you the benefit, but you got opportunity, quite a lot of opportunity. Then I mean lean and plus. Lean is for optimize, for saving costs, for fast delivery, but it's not enough. You need to add in.
So there are many opportunity for the manufacturer to do so. Yeah, but actually they need to combine it precisely. Yeah, and find the smartest way to achieve.
And I think
yeah.
maybe some other business owner they're very clever. I saw a lot of like successful case study in the fashion. You see the CN, Fast Fashion. They are platform that connect with all of the manufacturer, small order, very fast delivery. Of course, in the furniture, we don't got that kind of business model, but we don't know because now all of the technology available. So some smart guy will be born
And thinking about the new business model.
new business model.
So manufacturing, by doing so, we need to simplify all the processes. We need to enhance our data, and the data needs to be trusted, right? So reliable. Yeah. And do you think for the Vietnamese situation right now, so is it feasible to handle the data in the right way to move to the lean manufacturing way?
And the goods manufacturer using the Excel and upgrades the higher level for using the database and higher level for using the ERP for planning. But I think the first data is important, and how to mine is we need to technology for support to mine the data is the adaptive way for Vietnam to innovation the technology and to improve the process in manufacturing. And I think the special in Mr. Phương talk, we using very much in Excel for manual and for calculator, and it's an opportunity for wood manufacturing for digital transformation. Yeah, we have many data, but it's stored in the Excel, in the paper, and how to mine this is a value for the management to mine the data and optimize the process. And another view for the wood manufacturer in the material, I think is optimize the material is very important, and how to optimize material in manufacturing. We using the data. We can to calculate the data for manufacture for X wood and to optimize it in X product. Yeah, the data is important.
Yeah, data is important, of course, right? However, there is a different type of data. If the company is still looking at using Excel, don't get me wrong, Excel is a powerful tool, right? However, Excel can only give you to a certain level of data. To us, to me personally, right, in terms of manufacturing data, it has different phase. You have data to tell you historically what had happened, which primarily is you collect your data, you compile it in Excel, it tells you what had happened yesterday or last month, what is your performance, last week, what is your performance. It only tells you what has happened, right? It tells you nothing more. The next level of data set tells you what should happen.
In the future.
Yeah, in the future. It gives you a certain level of prediction, right? So it can predict, okay, you know what? You continue this trend at the end of the week, at the end of a month, at the end of a year, what you will be looking like, right? It tells you predictive. However, this is still not enough. The best set of data or the best set of people or the company that are doing that is prescriptive, just like a doctor. It tells you, you are here right now, you want to go there. It also tells you, how do you get there? This is what we talk about. How do we do data mining? Data mining, if the data mining only focuses on analyzing the historical data, it only tells you how good you were. It never tells you, it might be telling you where you should be. Yeah, however, how do you really get there? That's the power of data mining. That's the power of technology, what technology can bring. A lot of good companies, okay, maybe Toyota, we talk about Toyota again, right? They are very good at doing this. It might not be using technology, but they have the data. The people, the mind with the right mindset, with the right skill set, they are able to do that. Right? I'm not so sure about majority of the company, but as we all know, we only have one Toyota in the world, right? So majority of the company are not doing to that level. However, the technology comes in, it can in a way democratize the information, democratize the skill to everybody. You are able to do the same thing. So the technology can support you, give you the information about where you work, give you the information about where you should be, predictive, also give you information about how you can go there, what you need to do to go there. Again, this is data mining, data analytics, right? This is, again, coming back to organ industry, our solution provides you historical data, but we are much more than just an Excel file, right? It also gives you where you should go and a possible way how you can, most direct and most fast way to get there, more prescriptive. Right? This is what the data mining or the technology should come in to do. Right? It's not only just replacing your Excel. Excel itself serves a very good function, but it serves to a limit. Right? You want to go next level, you will have to use other tools. It always comes back to generate the actionable insight for you, prescriptive insight for you. So the business owners, they can take the action straight away.
Yeah, so we have just discussed about many aspects of lean manufacturing plus digital transformation. So I think I got the last question for you guys all. So what would you advise our Vietnamese business when they try to achieve lean manufacturing? So we may start with Mr. Phương first.
One of the fundamental of the lean is the visibility. Visibility. You need to visualize, you need to, or at least you need to got some accurate imaging about your planning. And then I think need to be invest in the tool that help you to imagine your factory in next week or next month. Then you can rearrange something. A lot of you can Google and you can ask the ChatGPT about how can I make my factory lean, and then people they give you a lot of advice, value mapping, a lot of things, But lean is mean you need to see, to imagine your factory first, and then whatever you imagine is not adapt to your requirement, then you adjust it. Of course, if you don't make lean, you never die tomorrow, for sure. But you can, if you can apply lean, at least you can survive with plus. Plus add in a lot of factor. Lean is not enough. Lean is just like saving, but to add in the value, you need to add in
from time to time. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what about you?
Yeah, so the suggestion I would give is be open-minded, be receptive, right? Understand the technology, understand your limitation, but be open-minded of the technology can help you. And always treat the technology as an enabler to help you achieve your business goal, not for some kind of for show or anything. Yeah, vanity, this and that, right? So, however, and be confident as well, right? It's for everybody. It's not only for those fast runners, right? Everybody can harness the technology. Everybody can harness the power of data, as long as you be open-minded and start doing, start trying. So what, right? You try fast, you fail fast, but you get, where you are and how you can really go there, right? So be open-minded, be confident, right? And I fully agree. If you don't do lean, you don't do digital transformation, you won't die tomorrow. You will not. However, you have to know by the time you realize it's too late, right? The best time to do is yesterday. The second best time to do is right now. Keep open-minded, be confident, right? Make sure that you are trying your best to harness the technology, harness the power of data, right? Start trying. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Hole. And how about Phong?
Yeah, I think with my view for the lean is not the future. The lean is the actual. Every company can to apply and to implement lean for every company. Lean, the first, you optimize current process, optimize the cost for using and optimize the material for manufacturing. Therefore, I think don't be afraid of lean. Lean is actual and apply for every company. We can to apply from the smallest to the bigger, to small process to harder process. Therefore, lean is easier for every company can to apply.
Thank you for the advice, and I do hope that our audience also have some maybe brighter vision into the future. So first of all, we need to have a vision in place, yeah, what we want to be in the future, and then we need to be open-minded, to be confident with technologies, and don't afraid of lean manufacturing concept, because the concept is there. Even though it comes from a very big company, Toyota, but actually it's also the same thing that many business from the SME to the large enterprises can apply. Yeah. Okay. With the interesting sharing about the life experience, and also about the story from enterprises from our guest today, so I believe that you may have a very good insight into how to apply lean manufacturing, what you need to pay attention to when apply that method within your business operations. So thank you once again, Mr. Phương, Hole, and Phong, for taking your time today, and for your interesting experience and story as well. So to receive the latest of information about upcoming episode, please subscribe to our DxTalks on Apple Digital website. Thank you, and see you in the next episode.